and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Pokemon Trainer Neats, and in this video I'll be talking to you about the different types of Pokemon cards that you can get when you buy a theme deck. For this video I'm going to be using the Roaring Heat theme deck from Sun and Moon, and this video follows on from the video I produced last week which talked about what you get when you buy a theme deck. So this week I'm just moving it along and talking about the different types of Pokemon cards that you can get when you get your theme deck. Because if you're a new player, perhaps you're a little unsure as to the different types of cards that you get. So I'm just going to open up this theme deck real quick and I'm going to show you the different types of cards that you can get so that you can start to understand the different cards involved in the Pokemon trading card game. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we have the theme deck here and it has Incineroar on the front. So we have a Sun and Moon Roaring Heat theme deck which has fire and fighting type Pokemon in. You can just about see the Incineroar card in the window. Then we've got the back which just gives us the deck list and a list of what you'll find in the box. So let's get right into it here. Obviously not going to go through the contents of the box in as much detail as I did last time because that was last video. If you haven't seen the previous edition of these theme deck videos, I'll put a link in the description to part 1 of my theme deck trilogy. Okay, so here's a closer look at the Incineroar card, which is the main attacker of the deck. Okay, so let's get right into this here. I'm going to sort out these cards real quick, then I'll show you a view of the deck from above, and we'll get right on with it. So we've got some fire energy. Put those to one side. Sandygast. I'm just going to put I'm going to try and put these in order ready today. So there's a new type of fighting energy. Nest Ball. A lot of these trainers I think are going to be quite similar to what we looked at last time. So rather than show you all the different cards, I'm going to do that in a minute. For now, we're just going to get all the cards laid out and then I'll start to talk you through the deck then. So, how's your week been, trainers? I realise it's a few days since I last uploaded. I work weekends at the moment, so I've been pretty busy. So obviously this is the second of 3 videos I'll be doing about these theme decks. Obviously last week we used the Forest Shadow theme deck, which is the grass deck from Sun and Moon. This week I'm using the fire deck. And then next week we'll be going on to the water deck. Right, okay. Almost there. Right then, okay, so now that we have the deck laid out, I can show it you from up here. So, similar to the grass deck that we looked at last week, the Forest Shadow deck, obviously there is a lot of emphasis on the Pokemon in these theme decks, which I will go through the individual types of cards in a minute. So, you've got our 2 types of energy here, we've got the fire energy and the fighting energy. We've then got our fire Pokemon. We've got Litten, Torracat and Incineroar. Then we've got Torkoal, Roggenrola, Boldore, Sandygast, Palisand, Crabrawler, Makuhita, Simeon, Stuffle, Beware, and Oranguru. These are our Pokemon. And then trainer cards in the deck, we've got Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Timer Ball, Professor Kukui, How, Lily, Potion, Energy Retrieval, and Big Malasada. Just one moment. Apologies there for that minor delay. I knew that would happen. I knew that as soon as I sat down to record, the postman would come with the post. And as I got paid from work on Friday, traditionally when I get paid I tend to order quite a few Pokemon things in. And obviously they've all been arriving over the last couple of days, and I knew that there was something else due in the post this morning. And it was typical that the postman decided to come the minute I pressed the record button. So, where were we? I've just taken you through the deck. So now I'm going to collect the cards up, and I'm just going to lay out the different types of cards on the table that we have. I'll just keep one of each card to one side. And then we can start to go through the different types of cards that you'll find in a deck. Right then, so the first type of card that we have in a deck, and we have two of them to show here, these are energy cards. Energy cards are the main things that will power up your attackers. You can't attack without energy cards. Now, some Pokemon will require more energy cards than others, and some Pokemon require different types of energy. So this deck uses fire energy and fighting energy. So these energy cards correspond with the different types of Pokemon that you'll find in your decks. And you'll find that in your theme decks, whatever type of Pokemon are in your theme decks, that's the type of energy cards that you'll be given in the decks to work with. And the more theme decks you collect, the more different types of energy cards you'll get. Also, in the Sun and Moon expansion, they've also reintroduced energy cards in booster packs as well. So if you find yourself needing to collect some energy cards, you'll be able to get some of those from your booster packs. If you're also looking for more energy cards, I can recommend Elite Trainer boxes, as they come with 45 energy cards with 5 of each different type of energy. So those are your energy cards, and these are what will power up your Pokemon attackers in your deck. Then, you've got the different types of Pokemon cards. Now you'll see I've got 3 different ones here, because Pokemon cards can be split into 3 different categories. You've got your basic Pokemon, your stage 1 Pokemon, and your stage 2 Pokemon. So if we start with basic Pokemon here, basic Pokemon are the fundamental building blocks of any deck. You have to have basic Pokemon in order to be able to start the game. So at the start of the game, when you shuffle and draw your first hand of 7 cards, you must have a basic Pokemon in that hand to be able to start the game. I'll go into further details about more detailed rules in possibly a future video, but basically you would keep shuffling your hand back in and drawing 7 cards until you find a basic Pokemon. That's never going to be a problem in theme decks, as theme decks run so many of these basic Pokemon that you will always, 99.9% of the time, you will always get a basic Pokemon in your starting hand. Basic Pokemon are the only Pokemon that can be put onto the field. In order to make the Pokemon more powerful, that's where your stage 1s come in. Stage 1 Pokemon cards are the evolved form of basic Pokemon that you have in play. And you evolve your Pokemon by putting the stage 1 card on top of the basic Pokemon to make it evolve and become more stronger. Stage 1 Pokemon traditionally have more powerful attacks. So if you look back at this Litten card, it has 2 attacks. Bite for 1 energy does 10, and Flare for 2 energy does 20. On Torracat, which is the evolved form of Litten, 1 energy will do Fury Swipes, which has 20 times, which is flip 3 coins and this attack does 20 damage for each heads. So with a flip of potentially 3 heads, you can do 60 damage for 1 energy, hypothetically. And then you've also got the flamethrower attack, which does 90 damage, which of course is much more powerful than Litten. You have to discard an energy from this Pokemon in order to be able to use the attack, but just being able to do 90 damage in a theme deck is excellent. So you can see that the Stage 1 Pokemon have much greater power than the basic Pokemon. And the idea is, in any theme deck, you want to evolve your Pokemon up so that you have access to these greater attacks. Next up, we have Stage 2 Pokemon. Stage 2 Pokemon are another step up from Stage 1 Pokemon and generally have access to much more powerful attacks than the previous evolved form. So, Stage 2 Pokemon you will play on top of your Stage 1 Pokemon to evolve them and to make them stronger. So, this is Incineroar. You can see that for 2 energy, it has Fire Fang for 30 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Obviously, this isn't something we saw on the Litten and Torracat, so Incineroar just proving how much more powerful it is by being able to inflict a special condition without coin flip. Incineroar also has the attack Darkest Lariat for 3 energy. It does 100 times, so flip 2 coins, this attack does 100 damage for each heads. In a theme deck, this is pretty powerful because all you need to do is hit 1 heads and you're doing 100 damage without having to discard any energy. In competitive play, something like this attack wouldn't be that good because flipping coins, there's always that risk element. But in theme deck play, something like this can be really good. So, that's the 3 different types of Pokemon cards in the deck. You have your basic Pokemon, which enable you to start the game and fill up your bench. Your Stage 1 Pokemon, which you evolve and make your basic Pokemon more strong. And then your Stage 2 Pokemon are the final evolutions of your Stage 1 Pokemon. Again, you put the Stage 2 on top of the Stage 1 card so that you have your Stage 2 Pokemon in play, and these have access to, traditionally, the most powerful attacks. And finally, we have Trainer Cards. These are the final types of Pokemon cards that you will find in your theme deck. Now, in the theme deck, there are 2 different types of Trainer Cards. You have your Supporter Cards, which are 1 a turn cards. You can only play 1 of these per turn because they have more powerful effects than the other type of trainers, which are item cards. Item cards you can use over and over again during your turn. So for example, if we look at How here, with How you can draw 3 cards instantly. No catch, you just draw 3 cards from the top of your deck. Now because of the effect that this is, being able to draw 3 cards is really good in a theme deck. This is why this is a supporter card, and you can only play 1 of these during your turn. In the past, there have been Pokemon with abilities that allowed you to play more than 1 supporter, but something like that is very, very rare. But traditionally, it is 1 supporter card per turn. And item cards, these are the fundamental building blocks of how you execute your strategy. Obviously, theme decks don't contain that many trainer cards, but when you create stronger decks and improve your theme decks, which is something we're going to look at in the next video, item cards will allow you to execute your strategy because you will generally have less Pokemon and more trainers. And traditionally in any competitive deck, over half of the deck, or nearly half of the deck, is made up of trainer cards that will help you execute your strategy and put you in the best possible position for winning. Now there is one other type of trainer card that is available, and that is a stadium card. But it is very, very rare that they appear in theme decks. You'll be able to get stadium cards by collecting cards from booster packs. And that's pretty much going to wrap things up for today. Obviously, the aim of today's video was to talk you through the different types of Pokemon cards that you get in the deck, which we've done. So to start with, I laid out the deck and showed you what was in the Roaring Heat theme deck from Sun and Moon. I then collected up the cards, but kept 1 of each different type of card that's available in the deck, and we just talked through the different types of Pokemon cards that you get in the deck. That's your energy cards, your Pokemon cards, and your trainer cards, and we broke them down into the individual categories to talk about what they do and why they're in the deck. So I hope you found this informative. In terms of actually learning how to play the game, it could take years for me to talk through how you can learn to play the game and all the different rules, but I can recommend some excellent resources if you're looking to learn how to play the game. First of all, there's the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. This is an excellent tool that players worldwide use in order to test decks, learn the game, and just everything Pokemon really. So I'll leave a link in the description below to the page on the Pokemon website where you can download the Pokemon trading card game online. If you're new to the game, there is an excellent tutorial on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online which talks you through step by step different things you can do and how you do it, the order you do things. It's really a fantastic tool. And then once you've completed the tutorial on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, there's what's called there's a mode called the Trainer Challenge, and this is where you can choose your difficulty setting. So if you're a newer player, you pick easy, and you play against the computer, and you just get used to playing the game. So it's really fantastic. I would highly recommend the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Also, you could attend a Pokemon League near you. I'll also leave a link in the description below to the event page on Pokemon.com, and in here you can put in details about where you live, and you can just press search and the search engine will try and find you an event near you. Pokemon Leagues are a great way to meet new players, learn to play the game better, and just generally enjoy Pokemon and the Pokemon Trading Card Game for what it is. So yeah, Pokemon Trading Card Game Online is definitely the way to go if you are looking to learn to play the game. So I think that's all I'm going to have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me. Likewise, if this is your first time to the channel, please do subscribe. I upload videos regularly every week, and that's going to be all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.